Hello class, thank you for choosing my essay to review. My case study is on the rural community of Camp Sherman, Oregon. Camp Sherman is located in eastern Oregon and is an unincorporated town in southwest Jefferson County. It is approximately 5 miles off of Highway 22 and has a permanent population of 200 residents. The population can rise up to 2,000 in peak visitation months. My personal interest in reviewing Camp Sherman is that since before I could remember, I have traveled there every summer with family and friends, and I wanted to know more about the community, its strengths, and the challenges it faces. This case study reviewed the presence of financial, natural, political, social, and human capital, as well as governance in the Camp Sherman community. With this information, I hope to better understand what issues this community faces and what role the community capital plays in fixing and causing them. The financial capital of this community is limited. Camp Sherman is heavily dependent on natural tourism industry for the majority of its financial wealth. This is why the population may grow to 10 times the permanent residents in peak summer months. The primary businesses in the area are 5 resorts and 2 RV parks. One of the most successful businesses in the area is the community store, which serves the needs of permanent and temporary residents. This is a picture of it right here. Camp Sherman is surrounded by natural capital. Its main source of income, natural tourism, is heavily dependent on this resource. That said, Camp Sherman does not have complete control over this resource because the majority of it belongs to the federal government. In the local community, the political capital of Camp Sherman is relatively strong. Their community hall is a centerpiece of this capital and is used to sort out political issues and have elections, along with other social events. The reach of their political capital, though, is limited by their size. However, this has not stopped the community from reaching out and working with other levels of government. They have applied and received funding from the Department of Transportation and worked with the United States Forest Service to build trails in the surrounding forests. The social capital of Camp Sherman appears very strong. Along with the above political connections, Camp Sherman has the Camp Sherman Community Association, Friends of the Metolius, significant volunteer involvement in community projects and emergency services, along with connections to regional groups such as the Tribal Council of the Warm Springs Reservation. The human capital of Camp Sherman is limited. The Black Butte School only offers K through 8th grade, forcing residents to travel 25 plus minutes to Sisters for high school. The closest college or university is 2 hours away, which is Lynn Benton Community College. I have briefly mentioned some of the limitations of these capitals. Financial capital is heavily dependent on seasonal visitors. Natural capital is under the control of the United States Forest Service. Political capital is small due to the small population size, and human capital is limited locally because the Black Butte School only offers K through 8th grade. These limitations culminate in some larger issues. Forest fire poses a significant threat to the natural capital and in turn the financial capital of Camp Sherman, Oregon. In 2003, Camp Sherman was forced to evacuate because of the B&B complex fire, which came close to destroying their town. This is the extent of the B&B complex fire. This is Camp Sherman right here. While the fire did not damage Camp Sherman, in the future, a similar fire could certainly damage their natural resources and threaten their ability to receive financial support through natural tourism. The last issue is known as brain drain. This is the process by which younger generations that are educated leave smaller communities because there are no opportunities there for them to apply their skills. Because of the lack of a high school or a college, it is very likely this community has difficulty developing human capital in the first place. Moreover, Because their economy is not very diverse, they have few employment options to offer students of higher education. This could affect the community's ability to provide important services such as medical care. Currently, the attainment of at least a high school degree by Jefferson County, which Camp Sherman is a part of, hovers below the state's average. This is around 80%. Furthermore, the percent of Jefferson County with a 4-year degree or greater hovers around 17%, while the state of Oregon is around 30%. So what is the future of Camp Sherman? The largest threats to Camp Sherman are brain drain and natural disasters. Camp Sherman does not have a very diverse local economy and has a limited ability to recover from natural disasters and has a heavy dependence on natural resources. All that considered, Camp Sherman has an impressive strength in their social capital. They have supporters that breach community boundaries and are connected to other regional communities. Because of this, this community's resilience is not strictly dependent on those that are part of the community. The Friends of the Metolius community organization is heavily made up of seasonal vacationers to Camp Sherman who are willing to support the community. This social strength suggests the future of Camp Sherman could be optimistic, but the threats to this community should not be underestimated. Finally, the limitations of this study are due to the small size of this community. While these findings are significant, the statistical information used in this research is heavily dependent on Jefferson County, and if statistics were available for Camp Sherman, they contained significant error bars. Thank you very much for listening to my video. I hope you enjoyed it.